Hello students, this is Professor Sujata Pal, Arihant Academy. Today we are going to solve NEET 2023 Botany paper and I am going to solve paper code G6. Okay, so let's start. First question. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other is labeled as reason. So here this is the assertion and reasoning type of question, students. Assertion is the first stage of gametophyte in the life cycle of moss is protonema stage. And the reason given for this is protonema develops directly from the spores produced in the capsule. In light of the above statement, we are supposed to choose whether assertion and the given reason are correct or not. Okay, so here the first stage of gametophyte of mosses is protonema stage. So this statement, the assertion statement, is correct, students. How? See, the protonema is a fragmented part, or we can say filamentous part, okay, which gives rise to a plant like body which is leafy in structure. This leafy structure plant body is now giving rise to a structure called capsule. Now in this capsule spores are produced. These spores, when they are released out, these spores are now giving rise to filamentous structures called as protonema. Again this will repeat, this filamentous structure will again give rise to leafy structure, leafy plant body, where again capsule will be produced and spores will be released. So this will be cycling. So statement 1 is correct, that is assertion is correct. First stage of the gametophyte is protonema stage, yes. And protonema develops directly from the spores, yes. They develop directly from the spores. So both assertion and reason are correct, and also reason is the correct explanation of assertion. So our answer would be both assertion and reason are correct, and reason is the correct explanation of A. Okay. Let's check the second question. Cellulose does not form blue color with iodine because, so students, here cellulose is given. So generally we study this blue color and iodine this with for the starch. Okay, so the starch has the property or has some helices which hold the iodine, but here cellulose is given, students. Cellulose does not have complex helices which can hold the iodine, hence no blue coloration will be formed. So right answer here would be it does not contain complex helices and hence cannot hold the iodine molecules. If it was starch, then it could hold the iodine molecules. Okay, let's see the next question. Which micronutrient is required for the splitting of the water molecule during photosynthesis? Now here splitting of the water is associated with two nutrients, students, manganese and chlorine. Let's check the options here. Copper, no. Manganese, yes. Molybdenum, no. Magnesium, no. So here manganese is our right answer for splitting of the water. Then expressed sequence tags refers to, this is direct from the NCERT, students, all genes that are expressed as RNA, they are called as expressed sequence tags. Let's see the next question. The thickness of ozone in the column of air in the atmosphere is measured in terms of, so what is the unit of measuring the ozone thickness? It is the Dobson unit. Next question. Again here assertion and reasoning type questions. Assertion is ATP is used at two steps in glycolysis, and the reason given here is first ATP is used in converting glucose into glucose 6-phosphate and second ATP is used in conversion of fructose 6-phosphate into fructose 1,6-diphosphate. So here, students, we know that in glycolysis, or glycolysis takes place in two phases. First phase is called as preparatory phase, and the second phase is called as payoff phase. So here students, in preparatory phase ATP is consumed, and in payoff phase ATP is synthesized. Okay, ATP is produced. So here the first statement, that is assertion, ATP is used at two steps in glycolysis. Yes, ATP is used in two steps of preparatory phase. During preparatory phase, first ATP is utilized. Okay, then where the ATP are utilized? Yes, it is during conversion of glucose into glucose 6-phosphate, and also in the conversion of fructose 6-phosphate into fructose 1,6-diphosphate. Okay, so both assertion and reason are correct, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Okay, then next question, upon exposure to UV radiation, DNA stained with ethidium bromide will show. So ethidium bromide is a stain which is used in the gel electrophoresis. Okay, now when this ethidium bromide is used and DNA is seen under the UV light, bright orange colored bands are observed of the DNA. Okay, let's see the next question. Among the evil quartet, which one is considered the most important cause driving extinction to the species? Students, here all the options which are given, they are almost all they are the causes of extinction of the species, but question here is most important cause. So in NCERT, when you read the statements of these, you will find that for the habitat loss and fragmentation, the very first statement is given as the most important cause for driving extinction and species is habitat loss and fragmentation. Although alien species of invention also is true, overexploitation for economic gain is also true, but they have asked us the most important cause. It is habitat loss and fragmentation. Let's see the next question. Which of the following stages of meiosis involves division of the centromere? Here division of the centromere is related with anaphase 2. Okay, let's check the next question. Which hormone promotes internode or petiole elongation in deep water? Students, here you are supposed to check this. Deep water, here you may get confused if it is internode elongation. If you check, you may think it is gibberellic acid. Okay, gibberellic, but no students, here in deep water it is asked. In NCERT directly it is given for this elongation of petiole in deep water, ethylene is the hormone which is used. Okay, let's check the next one. Frequency of recombination between gene pairs on the same chromosome. So basically this question is regarding gene mapping, students. Okay, gene mapping. And this concept was given by student of Morgan. Okay, student of Morgan. Who was that? Alfred Stewart. Okay, student of him, Stewart. Okay, so fourth option is the right one. Let's see the next one. How many ATP and NADPH are required for the synthesis of one glucose molecule? Students, direct question again. It is 18 ATP will be required and 12 NADPH will be required in the Calvin cycle to produce one glucose molecule. Okay. What is the role of RNA polymerase 3 in the process of transcription in eukaryotes? Again the statement, again directly it is taken from the NCERT. You can check that. Transcription of tRNA, 5sRNA and snRNA. The RNA polymerase synthesize these RNAs. Okay. Then family Fabaceae differs from Solanaceae and Liliaceae with respect to stamens? This question is a bit tricky, students. So you must check the options correctly and also interpret the question correctly. How? See, with respect to stamens, and here in this first statement they have given Fabaceae differs from Solanaceae. So they mean to say some characters may be similar, but there is one character which is different from these two families, which is that you are supposed to identify. Okay, pick out the characteristics specific to the family Fabaceae but not found in Liliaceae and Solanaceae. Okay, let's check. Epiphyllous condition. What is epiphyllous condition, students? Epiphyllous condition. It is the condition when androecium is attached with the perianth. Epiphyllous condition. Dithecous anther. Dithecous is what? There are two lobes. Let's suppose there are two lobes in the anther. Each lobe containing two theca is dithecous anther. So this is the lobe 1 and this is the second lobe. Each lobe contains two theca, that is dithecous. So epiphyllous and dithecous anther. See, dithecous anther is the common one. It is present in all the family Fabaceae, Solanaceae and Liliaceae. But epiphyllous condition is not present in Fabaceae. Okay, we are supposed to check with respect to Fabaceae family. Okay, then comes diadelphous condition. What is this diadelphous condition? Adelphous condition. Adelphous is what, student? Bundle. Adelphous is bundle condition. Okay, so di is what? Two bundle. Adelphous condition is regarded for the bundle of stamens. How many bundles of stamen are present in the flower? Okay, diadelphous is two bundles are present. Two bundles are present in Fabaceae. Okay, how? 9 plus 1 in condition. 9 are together, 1 separate. Let me show how. So let's say stamens here. These stamens will be present in one bundle. Suppose these are 9 and 1 will be separate. So all these constitute one bundle and this would be the second bundle. So this is 9 plus 1 diadelphous condition, which is peculiar in Fabaceae family. Dithecous is again common one. So dithecous is common, but diadelphous condition is the one which is present in Fabaceae family. Okay, here monoadelphous is given, student. Monoadelphous and monothecous anther. So you should also keep in mind regarding this. Next time this question may be asked. Monoadelphous, monothecous anther. Monoadelphous means only one bundle, and monoadelphous condition is the characteristic feature of, students, the family Malvaceae. Example, China rose. In China rose, monoadelphous condition is seen, and also monothecous condition. Monothecous means what? One lobe will contain only one theca. Each lobe with one theca, that is monothecous anther. So right answer for this question is diadelphous and dithecous anther, which is present in the Fabaceae family. Okay. Alright. Let's check the next question. The process of appearance of recombination nodules occurs at which substage of prophase 1 in meiosis? So the answer for this is Packaging. Okay, very easy question. In the equation GPP minus R is equals to NPP, here R stands for what? Yes, the respiratory loss. Okay, next question. The reaction center in PS2 has absorption maxima at. So students, here PS2 is asked. Okay, PS2 is 680 nanometer. PS1 is 700 nanometer. Okay, let's check the next one. unequivocal proof of DNA is the genetic material was first proposed by, this was first proposed by Hershey and Martha Chase. This is also a direct question from NCERT students. This time the questions are very easy. They are all picked up directly from the NCERT. Okay, bit lengthy but very easy paper. Let's check the next question. Spraying of which of the following phytohormone of juvenile conifers helps in hastening the maturity period that leads to the early seed production? So here, if you take this term juvenile conifer, where have you studied this juvenile conifer? Yes, you have studied this in phytohormones. Okay, phytohormones. Which phytohormones? Juvenile conifers? Yes, it is the gibberellic acid. Okay, so using this gibberellic acid in juvenile conifers, early seed setting can be done. Let's check the next question. What is the function of tassels in the corn cob? What are tassels, students? In corn cob. What is a corn cob? The ear of the corn is called as corn cob. Okay, let's suppose this is the corn and this corn is covered. Here at the tip you may find this silky hair like structures in the corn. Corn is what? Maize. Okay, so silky hair like structures you may find. Now this silky hair like structures are nothing but the style and stigma, students. Style and stigma. Okay, so style and stigma. Then what they are helping for? To protect seeds? No, not to protect seeds. To attract insects? No, students, not this. Then to trap the pollen grains? Yes, students, to trap the pollen grains. So pollen grains which will be dispersed here and there in the air, these silky hair like structures, they will trap the pollen grains. Even this is NCERT question. Okay. To disperse pollen grains? No, not to disperse pollen grains, to trap the pollen grains. So answer would be 3. Let's check the next one. During purification process, recombinant DNA technology, addition of chilled ethanol. Chilled ethanol, why we are adding? In order to precipitate out the DNA. Yes, in order to precipitate out the DNA. Next question. In angiosperms, the haploid, the diploid, the triploid. First let's write what is this haploid, diploid and triploid. Haploid is what, students? N. Diploid is 2N. Triploid is 3N. Okay. Structures of a fertilized embryo sac sequentially are. So this is important. Sequentially, we have to choose the answer in the sequence. Okay, like whatever they have given here in question. First haploid, then diploid and then triploid. Okay, so let's check the first option. Synergid, what it is? It is N. Synergid, antipodal cells, they are all N. Antipodal cells, again N. Polar nuclei. Polar nuclei is what, students? Polar nuclei will be initially 2N. Okay, so no, this does not match. Synergids, N. Primary endosperm nucleus, it is 3N. Zygote is 2N. No, this is also not matching. We can directly check the right one here. Synergids, what it is? N. Yes, haploid. Zygote is 2N. Yes. Primary endosperm nucleus is 3N. So this will be the right sequence as given in the question. Okay, haploid, diploid and then triploid. Primary endosperm nucleus is triploid. Okay, how it is triploid? As we know, in the embryo sac, students, so these are the antipodal cells which are N. Here will be the egg cell, the egg apparatus with synergids. 2 male gametes would enter here. 2 male gametes. One of the male gamete will fuse with the egg. Another male gamete would fuse with the nucleus which is already present at the center, okay, central nucleus, which is 2n in nature. Now this male gamete will go and add up, one more n is added, and hence this would become 3n. Okay, this is how it is. The zygote formed here will be 2n, and the primary endosperm nucleus at the center would become 3n, but antipodal cells, all this remains n itself. These are n. Okay, let's check the next question. Large colorful fragment flowers with nectar are seen in. So here students, this is the characteristic feature of insect pollinated plants. Okay, colorful. If flowers are colorful, they will attract the insects. Okay, and then fragrant flowers to attract the insects, nectar again to attract the insects. Hence insects are called as pollen robbers. Okay, pollen robbers. Okay, next question. In tissue culture experiments, leaf mesophyll cells are put in a culture medium callus. This phenomena may be called as, very simple thing. See, already leaf mesophyll cells are formed. That means meristematic tissue has differentiated into mesophyll cells. Okay, meristematic tissue has differentiated. Once differentiation has taken place, and this has become mesophyll cell. Mesophyll cell. This is meristematic one. Now from this mesophyll cell, again there is production of what? Put into the medium, culture medium, to form the callus. From this mesophyll cell, callus is formed, students. This callus is formed with the help of dedifferentiation process. Okay, so our answer is dedifferentiation. Let's check the next question. Yeah, here two statements are given. We are supposed to check whether these statements are right or wrong. Okay, so first statement, forces generated by transpiration can lift a xylem sized column over 130 meter height. Yes, students. See, in small plants, water can be transported with help of root pressure. Okay, if it is herb, it's very small plant, but in very large trees, water cannot be just transported with the help of only the root pressure, because the height is very tall. So for that process, transpirational pull is required. Okay, so with the help of transpirational pull, water can be pulled into the trees up to 130 meter height, more than that also. Okay, so statement 1 is accurate. Transpiration cooled leaf surfaces sometimes 10 to 15%, 15 degrees. Yes, this is also the right statement. With the help of transpiration, plants, they cool their body. Then both statement 1 and 2 are correct here. Let's check the next one. Historic convention of Earth Summit. Earth Summit is 1992. Okay. Then in gene gun method to introduce alien DNA into host cells, microparticles of dash metals are used. So in this gene gun method, students, the microparticles of gold and tungstens can be used. Most preferably gold is used. Gold microparticles are used for the gene gun method. Next question. Movement and accumulation of ions across the membrane against their concentration gradient. This is the hint. What is the answer? Against the concentration gradient. It is a uphill process, students. If it is a uphill process against the concentration gradient, then it is a active transport. Okay, so active transport would be the right answer. Next question. Axile placentation is observed in. What is axile placentation? Here is the placenta, central placenta. Okay, now this is divided by many chambers. This has many chambers. Okay, and ovules are arranged on the placenta. Here the ovules are arranged. This is the axile placentation. This kind of placentation, students, we generally see in Solanaceae family, Malvaceae family, okay, and many more. Let's check the answer. This is also NCERT question, direct question. China rose, petunia and lemon. China rose, petunia and lemon. See, China rose belongs to Malvaceae family, petunia belongs to Solanaceae family. Yes, so this answer would be more accurate. What family does this lemon belongs? Lemon, it belongs to Liliaceae family. Okay, and this answer would be more accurate, because here you see mustard, no, cucumber, no. Okay, so these three options are wrong and the first option is the right one. Let's check the next question. Identify the correct statements of the following. What are the correct statements? Detritivores perform fragmentation. Yes, correct. The breakdown of complex substances into smaller substances, this is called as fragmentation. Then the humus is further degraded by some microbes during mineralization. Yes, this is true. Water soluble inorganic nutrients go down into soil and get precipitated by a process called as leaching. This is right. Earthworm break down detritus into smaller particles by process called catabolism. Now students, this is carried out by bacteria and fungi. Okay, hence this statement is wrong. So A, B, C only is the right one. Then question number 131. Among eukaryotes, replication of DNA takes place in. Replication of DNA would take place in which phase of the cell cycle, students? In cell cycle we know different phases are there. Okay, the M phase, G0 phase, then G1 phase, G1, then S phase, and then G2 phase. Different phases are there. Okay, so here DNA replication is asked. Replication of DNA, this would take place in the S phase, students. This is related with the S phase, DNA replication. Okay, what happens in G1 phase? In G1 phase, proteins, carbohydrates, which is already present in the cell, they get multiplied. Okay, some cell organelles which are present in the cell, they get multiplied. So here multiplication of cell organelles will take place. After cell organelle multiplication, DNA multiplication will take place. That is, DNA replication will take place next to this. After DNA replication, in G2 phase, here in G2 phase, there is checking of the DNA which has been replicated. Okay, so here DNA repair mechanism will take place in G2 phase. So checking whether the DNA which is duplicated or which is replicated, it is having any incorrect sequence or anything like that. So there will be repair in this stage, G2 stage, and then that will be transferred to the M phase. Okay, so answer here would be S phase. Very simple question. Let's move to the next question. Yeah, two statements given here. We are supposed to check whether the statements are correct or wrong. Okay, endarch and exarch are the terms used for describing the secondary xylem in plant body. Secondary xylem in plant body. No, students, here secondary xylem is the term used. Thus this statement becomes incorrect. Okay, exarch, endarch generally we used for the presence of the primary xylem. Okay, what is this exarch and endarch condition? It is related to the protoxylem and metaxylem positions. What is this protoxylem? First formed xylem is protoxylem, later formed xylem is metaxylem, Protoxylem are small cells, metaxylem are large cells. Okay, so this is formed in the primary xylem. Whereas endark exarch conditions, what is endark? If protoxylem is present towards the periphery region of the or endodermis region, let's suppose this is the endodermis region, then if let's say this is the protoxylem, if it is present towards the endodermal cells, then it is exarch condition followed by the large metaxylem. Okay, this is exarch condition, and this exarch condition is seen in the roots. If it is opposite, like first or towards the endodermis large metaxylem cells and towards the pith small protoxylem cells, then this condition is called as endark condition, and this is present in the stems. Okay, so answer here would be, so not in secondary xylem. Yes, the first statement is incorrect. Exarch condition is the most common feature of root system. Yes, this is the right statement. So statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is true. Let's check the next question. Yeah, the phenomena of pleiotropism refers to, what is this pleiotropism? Pleiotropism is a condition where one gene controls multiple characters. Okay, this is pleiotropism. So here this answer would be the right one, a gene affecting multiple phenotypic expressions. Let's check the next one. Identify the pair of heterosporous pteridophytes among the following. So heterosporous, which is heterosporous pteridophytes are the one which produce two types of spores. Okay, megaspores and microspores. Example for this is Selaginella, okay, and Salvinia. These are heterosporous. Many more are there. Let's check in this. Yes, Selaginella and Salvinia. These are heterosporous as they produce two different types of spores, megaspores and microspores. Then again assertion and reasoning type of question. Let's check. Late wood has fewer xylem elements with narrow vessels. Okay, this is the right statement. Late wood has few. See, late wood is the one which is formed during winter season. Okay, and here activity of the cambium will be very slow. So fewer xylem elements will be formed. This is the right statement. Then reason. Cambium is less active in winter. Yes, students, this is also right statement. So both are correct and both are interrelated with each other. Assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation for the assertion. Even this is NCERT direct question statement. Okay, you can check that. Okay, then we are supposed to identify the correct statement. Let's check. Lenticels are lens-shaped openings permitting the exchange of gases. Yes, students, lenticels are lens-shaped openings in the bark which will allow the gaseous exchange of gaseous exchange of the plant. Okay, see, in young plants, that is in the young stem, in green stem, there is presence of stomata. Okay, stomata helps in what? Stomata helps for the gaseous exchange. But when the trees become old, there will be formation of bark or wood. Stomata, which is present on the epidermal layer of the tree, that will get destroyed. Now stomata is absent, then how gaseous exchange should take place? So this will be done by lenticels. Okay, so lenticels are formed in the woody trees. Bark formed early in the, so this statement, first statement is right. Bark formed early in the season is called hard bark. Is it right? No, this is not right one. Bark is technical term, refers to the all tissues exterior to the vascular cambium. The statement is correct, but here you see technical term. No, it is not technical term. It is a non-technical term. So this is also a wrong statement. Bark refers to periderm and secondary phloem. Yes, bark refers to periderm and secondary phloem. Phellogen is single layered in thickness. No, students. It is multiple layered. Phellogen is multiple layered in thickness. Hence, this statement is also incorrect. So our right one will be A and D. Okay, so A and D only will be the right answer. Let's check the next question. Yeah, this is again cell cycle. Okay, phases of cell cycle. M phase, what happens in the M phase? M phase is a equational division. Yes, mitosis, we know mitosis is equational division. Okay, meiosis is reductional division. Here M phase simply refers equational division out of all these options. Then another hint, quiescent stage. What is this quiescent stage? Where the cell is resting. Okay, so where is this option? Inactive phase or resting phase. Okay, quiescent stage is inactive phase. Then G2 phase. What is this? What happens in the G2 phase? Okay, yeah, proteins are synthesized in which one? G2 or G1 phase? G1 phase proteins are synthesized. So now there is remaining this one, interval between mitosis and initiation of DNA replication. Yes. Okay, so this would be, one second. Okay, let's take the next question now. Yeah, match the following. This is related to cell cycle, students. So you can easily match this. Okay, M phase is what? Equational division. Yes, quiescent stage. With the help of this only you can identify the right answer. Quiescent stage is what? Inactive phase. M phase is what? Equational division. So let's check the options. M phase equational. A4. A4. Okay, in two options A is 4. So we are supposed to check the answer very quickly. Then quiescent stage, inactive phase. C2. C2. Here is the C2. So this will be our right answer. Okay. Let's check the next question. Yeah, given below are two statements, again assertion and reasoning type of question. Okay, let's check. In gymnosperm, pollen grains are released from microsporangium and carried by air currents. Yes, this statement is true. In gymnosperms, we can find only wind pollination. Okay, you must have heard of sulfur shower, where the pollen grains or yellow shower pollen grains will be dispersed in the environment and causing pollen pollution. Okay, so yes, this statement is correct. It is carried by air current. Then air current carry the pollen grains to the mouth of the archegonia. Yes, it carries to the mouth of the archegonia where male gametes are discharged and pollen tube is not formed. No, student, this is incorrect statement. Pollen tube is formed which carries the male gametes. Okay, that is why this statement becomes wrong. So statement A is right, that is assertion is right, but reason is false. So this answer will be the more accurate one. Let's check the next question. Again match the following. Let's check. Iron is an activator of catalase. Okay, molybdenum is a component of nitrate reductase. Okay, let's check the options. A3, A3, A3. Okay, then D2, D2. Okay, this is our right answer. So here D4 is given, D2. This will be the right answer. No need to check the other options also. Okay, let's check the next question. Which of the following combination is required in chemiosmosis process? So required one in the chemiosmosis process. Okay, so here membrane, proton pump, proton gradient and ATP synthase. ATP synthase is the most important one, which produces the ATP, okay, which will release the ATPs. So here ATP synthase and ATP synthase. Here also ATP synthase is given, here also it is given. But check here, membrane is absent, membrane is not mentioned here. Proton gradient is not mentioned. So in this option, membrane, proton pump, proton gradient, ATP synthase all are mentioned. So this will be the more accurate one. Let's check the next question. Main steps in formation of recombinant DNA are given below. We are supposed to jumble them, okay, in correct sequence. Okay, first one, insertion of the recombinant DNA. No, first it should be isolation. So this would be the correct statement. First isolation, then it should be cutting of the DNA at specific location, okay, by restriction enzyme. See, isolation of DNA fragment will be very large. Okay, now wherever the sequence is present which is desired for you, you will cut only that sequence, that desired sequence. Okay, so this desired sequence is cut. Then amplification. Now we have taken only one sequence. Suppose we have done this and this experiment fails, then you will not have any more sequence of the same DNA. So first what we have to do, it should be multiplied using the PCR technique. So we will have multiple copies of this DNA so that we can do trial and error multiple times. So amplification must be done, and then this DNA should be inserted into the recombinant DNA host. Okay, so now insertion should be taking place in the host body. So this is the correct sequence. First isolation, then cutting at specific location, then amplification, and then inserting into the recombinant, inserting into the host cell. So this answer would be CBDA is the right one. Let's check the next one. Which of the following statements is not correct? So incorrect statement we should find. The amount of toxic substances of industrial waste increases the organisms at successive trophic levels. Yes. Then microorganisms involved in biodegradation of organic matter in sewage polluted water body consume lot of oxygen, causing death of the aquatic organism. Yes. Algal bloom causes excess of organic matter in water to improve the water quality and promote fisheries. No, this is incorrect. Algal blooms are toxic. Okay, they are toxic in water. Basically, they will not let other plants to grow with them. Okay, they will not let other plants in the water body to grow. So it is not helping in improving the water quality. They are degrading the water quality, and also they will not promote fisheries. The fish would decrease in that pond because of the eutrophication. So this is the incorrect statement. Let's check the next one. Which of the following statement is correct about Klinefelter syndrome? Okay, so correct statement would be such individuals are masculine. Yes, masculine development is there, and then such individuals will not be able to reproduce. So reproduction is absent in them. They will be sterile. Okay, men having some characters of female is a Klinefelter syndrome, and such individuals are not able to reproduce. Okay, so B and E only will be the right answer. Why? Because see, first option, this disorder was described by Langdon Down. No, this was for the Down's syndrome. Down's syndrome. Okay. Short-statured, physical, psychomotor, mental development retarded. All these are the characteristics of Down syndrome. Let's check the next question. Okay. Match the following again. Mutualism. It is the symbiotic association between both, where both the individuals or both the parties are benefited. So here mutualism would be this fourth one. So let's check A4. A4, A4, A4. All the three option has A4. Okay. Commensalism. What is commensalism? One is benefited, one is neither benefited nor harmed, remains neutral. So one is benefited, one is neutral. So let's check B with 1. B with 1, yes, B with 1. So this would be our right answer. Okay, let's check the next one. Again assertion and reasoning type of question. A flower is defined as modified shoot wherein the shoot apical meristem changes to floral meristem. Yes, this statement is right, and this one you can find in inflorescence topic. Okay, inflorescence topic in the NCERT. Then second statement, internode of shoot gets condensed to produce different floral appendages laterally at successive nodes instead of leaves. Yes, even this statement is true. Both the statements are true and both are related to this inflorescence topic. Okay, and hence the reason is correct explanation of A. Both assertion and reason are true and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Let's check the next question. How many different proteins does the ribosome consist of? How many different proteins? 80 different proteins are there in ribosomes. Again, this one. Match the following again. Transport in plants. We can find this in transport in plants. Cohesion. What is cohesion? Which is the attraction between two water molecules. Adhesion, attraction between water molecule and the wall of the xylem elements. Okay, so cohesion is what? Mutual attraction between water molecules. So if water molecules are attracted by another water molecule, then this is called as the cohesion. If water molecule is attracted by the walls or polar surfaces of the xylem element, then this is called as cohesion. So this is called as the adhesion. Okay, then so attraction towards the polar surface is adhesion. What is guttation? Water loss in the liquid form. Transpiration, guttation. Transpiration is what? Water loss in the form of water vapor. Guttation is in the form of liquid droplets. So guttation is water loss. Then surface tension, more attraction in the liquid phase. Okay, molecules attract with each, water molecules attract with each other in liquid phase. So this answer would be the right one. Okay, next question. Here, match the following again. So many match the following questions are there, but they are all easy type. Okay, let's check the answer of this. So glycolysis is the most common and we have studied. TCA cycle is the most common one. So let's check for these two first. Glycolysis is also called as what? EMP pathway. Okay, the scientist names EMP pathway. Then TCA cycle is also called as citrate synthase cycle. Okay, let's check B4. Yes, B4 in all the three. D1 in 2. So what then we are supposed to check another two options also. Okay, oxidative decarboxylation. Oxidative decarboxylation, that is release of the CO2, decarboxylation. So this decarboxylation process, students, this would take place during the pyruvate, the production of pyruvate, and during that particular events. Okay, so oxidative decarboxylation, pyruvate dehydrogenase, and oxidative phosphorylation, where phosphate is added to produce the energy. This is during the ETS, electron transport system. So right answer would be the first one. Let's check the next question. Malonate inhibits the growth of pathogenic bacteria by inhibiting the activity of succinic dehydrogenase. So the last question is, given below two statements. Two statements are given. We are supposed to check whether both the statements are correct or incorrect. Statement 2. Statement 1 states that Gauss competitive exclusion principle states that two closely related species competing for the same resources cannot coexist indefinitely and comparatively inferior one will be eliminated eventually. So this statement is correct. Okay. And then statement 2 says that in general carnivores are more adversely affected by competition than herbivores. So students, this statement is false. This is not a correct statement. Okay, so our answer will be statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is false. Fourth option will be the right answer for this. Okay. So this is it from botany part, students. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the Arihant Academy channel for the further updates. Okay, all the best for your result. Thank you.